This might be it if we're waiting for confirmation. Huge bomb dropped right now in Beirut about an hour ago, something like that, in the heart of Beirut. And Israel just confirmed that the head of Hezbollah, Sheikh Hassan Nasrallah, was the target. And if this is true, if it's confirmed, and if he was there, this could be the biggest news yet. You're all right? Okay, I might need my phone. Right, I have my phone?
No, I have it here.
Oh, okay, thanks. All right. So I actually have a few things set up got a friend saying, do we sleep with the windows open or closed tonight? Yeah. Oh, this is all right. So this is big stuff. So where do I start? Tony, where should I start?
Well, you start with Netanyahu's speech.
Ah, okay.
That started, and then after he was done with the speech, looks like right after that they did this attack on Nasrallah.
All right.
Talk about a ceasefire that they were talking about this morning, and nothing happened with that.
All right. So, this has been going on for 11 months, even with Hezbollah, but then Israel stepped it up to the next level in the last couple weeks. Targeted assassinations, incessant airstrikes, bombings of what they say were weapon stores and launchers, some that they say were in civilian homes. They showed video of these huge missiles like in people's garages. And so Israel's been going after that. Of course, there was the pager incident, the beepers that blew up, thousands of beepers blowing up in people's hands. That was like a week and a half ago now. And I think from that, there were about 50 people dead between that and the walkie-talkie explosions. And then there were some major targeted assassinations a week ago today. And today, if as they're saying here, they were aiming for Sheikh Hassan Nasrallah, who has been the head of Hezbollah. He is the figure of Hezbollah. If he was there and they got him, this is a game changer between Israel and Hezbollah, obviously, if not also Iran, who is the funder of Hezbollah. So anyway, I want to show you guys some stuff. So this just started breaking about an hour ago, a little bit more than an hour ago. This just started coming out, but I actually learned for this occasion how to share screen because I think this is really important. So I'm going to try to do that. Let's see if I got that right. What should we watch first? Let's go to Daniel Hagari right here. I want to see. Do you guys see? No, let me make this so that you can see him bigger. There you go. All right. So let me hit play. Now he is the spokesperson of the Israeli military. So let's hear what he has to say. Let's hope now I don't know if the volume works on this, but we're going to pray.
Moments ago, the Israel Defense Forces carried out a precise strike on the central headquarters of the Hezbollah terror organization that served as the epicenter of Hezbollah's terror. Hezbollah's central headquarters was intentionally built under residential buildings in the heart of the Dahia in Beirut, as part of Hezbollah's strategy of using Lebanese people as human shields. On October 8th, Hezbollah started attacking Israel. After almost a year of Hezbollah firing rockets, missiles, and suicide drones at Israeli civilians, after almost a year of Israel warning the world and telling them that Hezbollah must be stopped, Israel is doing what every sovereign state in the world would do if they had a terror organization that seeks their destruction on their border, taking the necessary action to protect our people so that Israeli families can leave their homes safely and securely.
Okay.
Moments ago,
Oh, wait.
the Israel Defense
No, that's great. Oh, let's see. What
Defense
did you?
forces carried out a precise strike
Okay.
on the
Why
central
is this
headquarters of
important?
the Hezbollah terror organization that served as the epicenter of Hezbollah's terror.
Okay, so why is this important to understand? The fact that the the army spokesperson, the Israeli army spokesperson, actually got out in front of the cameras, recorded this, put this out there right away, and also claimed responsibility for the strike. That is actually, that's huge. That goes to show you that Israel is, they knew who they were after and what they were doing. And this is actually something that I've noted when Israel, like especially in the last couple of targeted assassinations, when they are specifically after a target, they announce it very quickly. So when did you tell Mimi and Gong Gong that I'm on live now, Daniel?
Yes.
Did you tell them?
Yes.
All right, because I want to know if Johnny and Johnny have questions.
Yeah.
And I meant, G1 and G2, but also Bernadette, if you have questions too. But okay, so when Israel announced it, they announced when they took out Fuad Shukr, who was was the number two. But since then, there are many number twos, so I'm not really sure which ladder we're talking about when we say number two. Look, Nasrallah is number one. So there's no question about that. But when they took out Fuad Shukr, July, I think it was July or August. Maybe it was August. It was after the Druze, the attack on the Druze village, in which 12 children were killed. Horrible Hezbollah rocket. So after that, they took out Fuad Shukr, and they said it was in response to that. And what Israel said was, we just struck a building in Beirut, and we killed Fuad Shukr. And they announced who they were after and that they did it hours, or like 12 hours or so before Hezbollah said, yes, we confirmed that he was killed. So that was that's something to take note of when something like that happens, because usually a lot of strikes, like in Syria, for instance. By the way, you hear that? Planes. We never really get a lot of planes in Jerusalem, so we don't know what that means. But anyway, when they do strikes in Syria or whatever, they don't necessarily say or take credit, but everybody blames. Everybody says, Israeli airstrikes took out or killed or whatever. But in this case, Israel said that this one, okay, hold on, let me see. Go back to this. Here, let me put this guy. Let's do this. Let's do that. How's that? Okay. So, so in this case, they put out, which was very interesting, the target. And now Dahye, I'm going to show you something else now. Let's see. Let's stop screen sharing or replace screen sharing. Let us go to the map. It's exciting that I'm finally getting tech and I can do this. All right. So here's Lebanon. Let's go out a little bit. Am I here? I gotta switch again. Let's go to Lebanon. Okay. I haven't told you guys this. I keep meaning to say all the time, like in every live that I've done, that Israel has scrambled GPS from at least Haifa north. And one time I was driving in Haifa, it showed that I was at the airport. So at the airport in Beirut. So here's Haifa over here. And here's Beirut up here. And so it would show that I was in the airport. So anyway, let's take a look a little closer. So here's the border. I don't know if you can, hopefully you can see my mouse going along here.
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay. And you see the stars? I guess that's my Google Maps, and those are places that I've been. How funny. Okay. So you see this border, and this is Lebanon right here, and here is this is Syria, like on this side to the right, and Beirut is all the way up here. So let's focus in on Beirut, because this is not a war between Israel and Lebanon. It's a war between Israel and Hezbollah. Hezbollah fired more than 8,000 rockets at Israel since October 8th. They jumped in on October 8th after Hamas, and they wanted to get involved. And say we're on behalf and solidarity with the Palestinians, we're going to get involved. And so tens of thousands of citizens in the north of Israel were evacuated, and they have not been back to their homes. So, but that's because Hezbollah controls like the southern part. Oh, now I went out too much, but the southern part here, in this area, Hezbollah controls. So anyway, when Israel does fire at Hezbollah targets, it's usually in southern Lebanon, but this is the capital, and this is far away, as you can see, very far away, and it's very dense, very densely populated. But this Dahiyeh suburb is apparently known or home to a lot of Hezbollah leaders or command. And this is the place where they attacked just now, where the Air Force dropped its bombs here, and it was a bunker buster bomb. So apparently the reports from Lebanon are that 4 buildings were destroyed, and there were multiple explosions. And now I'm going to actually show you that. So let's go to another one that I have. Okay.
They just showed them a map with all the people they took out already.
Oh yeah, I wish I should have gotten that ready for you guys, but
I can show you that again.
oh no, but I should have gotten it ready to actually upload it, because I've got those pictures.
It's,
Go ahead.
It'd be good if you had
Okay,
the
so I'm going to
names.
play this one now. It's only 12 seconds, and this is from Beirut. The cloud of smoke from in the middle of the city. So that was one. I want to find another one. There was another video that showed major post explosions. Let me see if I can find this. Well, here, I'm going to go to another one now. All right, hold on. I got to switch. Okay. All right. We're going to check out this one. And then there's another one.
كل البناية اللي ورانا نزلت. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
I mean, that is crazy. So this is, of all of the attacks that there have been, this looks like the most major one that we've seen in Lebanon. Yeah, you follow me as I look for the other video that I saw before with the secondary explosions. The photos there. Let's see. Here's an aerial view. This was the area under attack. I mean, this is, like I said, very dense. But all right. Well, anyway, let me stop this for now. So also, so who is, you know what? Can you put it up, Tony? Oh, here you go. Look, here's the, can I have the remote?
Yeah.
Okay, so I should have had this downloaded it before and had it on my screen, but you see there's Nasrallah in the middle. And that's in Hebrew, assassinated, the word that's on the pictures of all of them. So you see like a lot of the commanders were taken out. And that's just in the past month or so. I mean, maybe some of them before, but most of them are just in the past month when Israel decided to take it up a notch, which is what they did recently. And just in the past 10 days. Sorry, I need sound behind me. It's too quiet in here. It's Shabbat, by the way. Like 90% of the country doesn't even know what happened. I can't believe it. I'd be very upset. So I just want to also tell you a little bit about who Nasrallah is, because I think it's just also fascinating that who is this guy that they took out? Why is he why are they going after him? They went after recently, well, Fuad Shukr was the first major assassination, and that was the number 2. And then they went after Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, and he was the head of Hamas. He wasn't living in Gaza at the time. He's been in Qatar for several years, but he was in Tehran for the inauguration of the new Iranian president, and somehow, Israel never actually claimed responsibility for this, but it was just blamed worldwide for taking him out in his hotel room in Tehran. So Nasrallah was born in Beirut, Lebanon. He was the oldest of 8 children. Apparently grew up in a poor family. He was raised in a non-observant Muslim family, but he became an avid student of Islam, and then he became a devout Shia follower by the age of 9. So throughout the course of his life, he traveled to Islamic seminaries in both Iraq and Iran. Now, Iran is the major Shiite state, and actually I read this really interesting summary of the Iranian, I don't know what the word is, like outreach or effort to take over with Shia Islam. And one of the things that they do to export that is they were focusing a lot on Syria. So, and also now in Iraq. So anyway, when Nasrallah got back to Lebanon, he joined Amal, which is a Lebanese Syria Shia paramilitary group. So another thing to know about him is, sorry, I'm reading my notes. I wrote this. It's so interesting. We thought he was going to die of COVID a couple of years ago. He had COVID, and we thought, oh wow, it was like the rumors were he was on his last legs. So I actually wrote up an obit, like I had an obit ready to go. And who knows, maybe it might be now. Okay. So also, when he became the head of Hezbollah, let me see. Let's see, where does it say exactly when he became the head of Hezbollah? Join the Shia, 1992. He became Hezbollah's leader in 1992. By the way, do you know Hezbollah means Party of Allah in Arabic? So 1992. And one of the things that he did under his leadership, Hezbollah was not just a terrorist organization, designated a terror organization by the U.S. and a lot of other Western countries, but he also became like a charitable organization, and they went out and did like welfare projects. And so that is how they actually gained a lot of popularity in Lebanon, despite being like this Iranian proxy in Lebanon. So another interesting thing about today is that you have that the United Nations has the gathering of all the world leaders right now, and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu gave his speech today. And though I'm not going to talk so much about his speech, I mean, I'd be interested. I have some thoughts about what I think about the speech. I don't think it was one of his best, I'll tell you that much. But he was there. He's there in New York, and now we're wondering. Tony was just saying too, like, did he know that this was going to happen? Like, was it planned before, or was it like last minute information that they got and they decided to target this? Let me see. Justin Friedman says the Times of Israel's quoting Hezbollah saying that Nasrallah is fine. Does that mean that he just met the virgins, or he was in a different part of the bunker? Oh, that's interesting. I know. I gotta let me check these. Raya, please take your phone calls over there. Thank you. My gosh, sorry, everything rings. Let me see. What do they say? I'm looking. Oh, okay. Sky News also said it, that Nasrallah is in a safe place. So maybe not. So even, by the way, when these what do you call it? The beepers went off and everything like that, and then the next day, the walkie-talkies, and then after that, there was like several assassinated or several like targeted in one place, and I was like, why were they all in one place? So it'd be interesting. So I mean, you would think Nasrallah knows better. Okay, Netanyahu has announced. Nasrallah is alive. Oh, okay. So is he say so that I think Netanyahu had told people in advance? Is that what that's saying? That he told people in advance, but that it looks like reports are that Nasrallah was not killed. So I don't have to read his whole obit, but it'd be interesting for you guys to. Oh, okay. Well, it's on there, so it might be coming up. It'll come up because we're behind now. Okay, Adam said, I think what is really stunning is that Iran is not responding at all to these attacks. You know what? Not only that, Adam, tell me something. Have you heard anything about Gaza lately? That is, to me, the big news here, is that suddenly all eyes on Gaza are not on Gaza. And what is happening there? Somebody said something. There was a Saudi, I didn't get a chance to like confirm if it was anywhere else, but in some Saudi Arabian official or somebody said that we need to start talking about a Palestinian state run by an international coalition. So that to me is interesting. So, I mean, I'm not saying that Lebanon's the distraction or that Hezbollah is the distraction right now, but nobody's looking at Gaza. And you know what? Nothing's changed. There's still humanitarian aid problems, whether it's, Hezbollah saying it's Israel withholding humanitarian aid, and Israel, even Netanyahu said in his speech at the UN that Hezbollah's withholding the aid that gets in. And not only that, they're charging for free food, they're charging exorbitant prices to the residents who can't afford it. So this is still going on. There's another thing. Israel apparently just returned something like 200 bodies of Palestinian prisoners or people that they had taken to question and died. And I don't know if they also I don't know the circumstances of where the bodies, were they dead when Israel brought them over, or did they die in Israel and then they were brought back? I don't know. And but Hamas released a statement saying that this is a humanitarian violation or violation of humanitarian rights. You just left these bodies at our doorstep without any identification or anything, and they're in an advanced stage of decomposition. So this is going on, and it's like not news at all, because now this is news, and this is going to stay news for a while. The Palestinians had a state. It was called Gaza, and the government was Hamas. Essentially, yeah, I mean, you could say if there was ever going to be a Palestinian state that was actually had defined borders, as opposed to the West Bank, which is all porous, then yeah. And Hamas did a great job with that, didn't they? So Anyway, so this is still going on, and like the war is still going on in Gaza. The Israeli army is still in there. The Palestinians have, I think, reported 41,000 dead. They're probably half the population is homeless at the moment, and so it's just an absolute nightmare there. And I think there was even Hamas just claimed an attack just today. I don't know if it was today or they claimed it, and it was like just recently on some soldiers there. So I haven't heard anything though from Israel saying anything about that. So, but anyway, nobody's paying attention. So we're all eyes on Lebanon now. So the war is not between Israel and Lebanon. It's with Hezbollah, but Hezbollah has been like this nation state within southern Lebanon for a long time. They're actually also very active in politics. I think they control about half of the parliament, and I've seen videos too, and again, like I've said this before, but like I'm not an expert on Lebanon, and Lebanon is probably one of the most confusing places. I mean, just because it's so sectarian, there's just so many religions and political parties and stuff. So I'm not even going to pretend I verified this stuff, but some of the videos, it shows like Hezbollah supporters trying to get into other towns, like they're fleeing. And Israel did say flee because we're going to be bombing this area. And so a lot of them fled, and then they were trying to get it like into Christian towns, and the Christians were like, no, you're not getting in. But then they apparently, like in one of the videos, were breaking into like the houses of Christians in Lebanon. So I don't know if that's true. Anyway, so the big news though is that whether or not Nasrallah is dead or alive, for sure, there was just an attack on Hezbollah headquarters. Israel used a bunker buster bomb, and in Lebanon, they're saying 4 buildings were destroyed. Now, Israel also said there is no change to the guidelines of the Home Front Command, meaning they haven't anticipated that there will be revenge at the moment, because usually when you hear something like this, you're like, all right, so where are the rockets going to fall in response? So anyway, being in Jerusalem, we're generally on the safe side. Hi, Cindy from Rochester. Oh, wow. Your grandparents left Lebanon years ago? I would love to know more about it. I would love to. I mean, apparently, like they call Beirut the Paris of the Middle East, and it just seems like, and the food's great, right? Oh, just too bad. 15 of the 128 seats. Thank you, Adam. I thought they controlled half. Maybe they control the others, because I know like they control the president or the Makati or something. They say like that he's in his pocket. He's in their pocket. Whatever. Okay. I didn't say that right, did I? Okay, so here is a, what do you call it? A summary. In the last 10 days, the IDF has made notable assassinations and eliminations, including key Hezbollah commanders in the Radwan force, which is the elite unit of Hezbollah, and that was apparently planning a ground invasion of Israel. So that was huge. And right now, we've been talking about the news has been talking about a potential ground invasion now by Israel. So also, if you look at this, oh, hey, John Holler. That's awesome. Hi, how are you doing? Yeah, I know Almanar. I should check Almanar. Actually, I'm going to open that up while you're talking, while I'm talking. Or yeah, if anybody wants to talk, go ahead. Let me know. Let's see, Almanar. That is the Hezbollah official. Oh, I need it in English. Come on, guys. Oh, man. The Hezbollah's official news outlet. Come on. It's not popping up on this one. I have it on my other computer.
And we're not allowed to watch it here. I got it.
You got it? Let me see. but they're not usually quick in updating. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. John, I'm so glad you mentioned this because here's the reporting on Al-Manar. Al-Manar is the official communication channel, I think, of Hezbollah. They say that the Tel Aviv municipality opens bomb shelters. And they said the Israeli media said that. Did you hear that?
No.
I did not hear that. They said there's no changes to the home front command. They said series of Israeli air raids target Beirut's Dahiyeh. Yes, that's the part of Beirut that I was showing you before where these guys are located, where the headquarters seems to be located. And they said 4 buildings. They're the ones who reported 4 buildings. They're not saying anything about Nasrallah himself. Yes, this is true. The Yemeni rocket from the Houthis that came in at like 1 or 2 in the morning did set off sirens all around the Tel Aviv area and central Israel. And actually, a friend of mine here in Jerusalem was out walking her dog between 1 and 2 a.m. and heard the interceptions of this thing. So from Jerusalem to I don't know exactly where it was intercepted, but at least an hour away driving. So that's pretty crazy. So we've got and then also the Iraqi militia that is aligned with Iran also sent a couple drones, and I'm not sure if it was one of theirs that got to Eilat and actually landed in the city of Eilat, which is the southernmost city of Israel, and actually injured some people. So that one got through. But so the Houthis, somebody said actually, where did I read that the Houthis are going to have to watch themselves now because they're sending like one too many missiles, these ballistic missiles that are coming from. So, oh, wait, I have a map. So let's do this, guys. I can show you now because now that I know how to use share screen, let's check out the map. Okay. All right. We're going to look I'm going to show you where Yemen is in relation to this because that's where the Houthis are based. All right, here's Yemen. See this? Let's make it smaller now. All right. Yemen is about 1,500 miles, I think, because it's 2,000 kilometers. Here's southern Israel right here. So imagine when they launch, they go from down here. They have to go across either the Red Sea or Saudi Arabia through Jordan to get to Israel. So let me show you where they've been hitting in Israel, because this is not the first time. Before they were just hitting Eilat. And so Eilat's down here, right at the edge of the Red Sea. Lately, their missiles are getting to near Tel Aviv. And that's where the airport is. So it looks like, people were saying it looks like that they are aiming for the airport. So I heard that the sirens went off here in Modi'in. So you can see like from Modi'in to Tel Aviv, you've got it's not that much space. Actually, I mean, it's not that far. It's about a half hour from here to here. So they're actually aiming that far inland. And there have actually been several rockets that they have fired, these ballistic missiles that have gotten through as well, gotten through the interceptors and actually over Israeli airspace, and that's also very rare. So, all right. So Cindy was saying that you were in Greece before the 73 war, skipped Lebanon because of it. Okay. Greece is also amazing, by the way. Okay, the West is now completely reliant on Netanyahu to fight militant Islam. Biden, Harris, Trump et al. Will not defend us. Well, that is exactly what Netanyahu said in his speech today, where he said that that he's that Israel's doing that. Israel's standing on the front lines of Islam. He actually showed, oh my gosh, wait, maybe I should find this. I am going to try to find this for you guys. I don't know. Did you guys watch the speech? I got to get the photo of this, what he talked about. Here it is. Yeah. Let's see if I can make this photo bigger. I can't, but I'm going to share screen of this thing anyway. So let me come here. Okay.
The chats on Facebook too.
No, I don't know if I'm seeing the.
Justin Friedman.
Oh, Justin. Yeah. Yes. Now you can tell me if I miss anything, but I think I saw what Justin said.
About Nasrallah's fine.
Oh yeah, that fine could be he's alive, or fine could be he met his 72.
Yeah.
Okay, are you guys seeing this? So, wait, make me smaller. Okay, there we go. So this was Netanyahu's speech today. Now is it in the book of Deuteronomy where they talk about the two mountains, the mountain of blessing and the mountain of cursing? So I think that's like kind of what he was going for here. And if you see, unfortunately, this map of the curse is not facing toward us. But what he's trying to show here is that Israel has made peace with all of these countries here in green. Well, not quite yet with Saudi Arabia. Like that's in the works. And why? Wait a second. I can't see this. Where's the UAE? Yeah, it's in there. Okay, sorry, on my screen it's really small. Okay, so he's saying that the blessing is that when Israel has made a covenant with all of these countries in green, you can see how like the blessing can flow through the land, like from the Mediterranean all the way to the Arabian Sea. And here's like also the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain, and then also to India. But then he's trying to show the curse. And here's all the countries in black. And I wish I could get a better picture of that, where you could see where he talks about it's Lebanon, Syria, and Iran. Oh, come on. Give me a good one. There's another picture. There's the blessing one. I need the curse one. Yeah, he always brings something. Look at this. Last time he brought this Israel 1948. He brought this picture. This time, the one time, do you remember the bomb? When he brought the bomb, he was talking about Iran's uranium levels here, and he said, he always brings props. That's great. Look, here's another one at the UN Assembly. He brings a prop. Nice picture, Raya. So, okay. Anyway, that's what happened today. That's precisely what he said today, is that we're on the edge of this. But I do think it's very interesting that you've got the Saudi Arabians, somebody in Saudi said today that we need to create a Palestinian state with international involvement. And then also the fact that nobody is looking at Gaza. Now, the other thing I was going to tell you that if you look at the pattern of Israel's military invasion of Gaza, it started like this. Obviously, October 7th was there was no, and it was just try to seal your borders, try to rescue the people that are still being held captive. So that was like a defensive measure. But then after the border was secured, like I would say a couple days later, there were just Air Force bombings like constantly going on. And of course at the time, and people were asking and wondering, and I don't actually know the answer to this even right now, how did they know what they were bombing? There were 250 hostages in there. So how did they actually know? So this is before ground invasion. So it was just like bombings like crazy. And then then they laid the work for the ground invasion. So then the people went in on the ground, and the military went in, and then it changed the whole nature of the war. So if you look at what is happening right now in Lebanon, it's like the same pattern where you've got the a ton of bombings, targeted assassinations. Israel said they're taking out the weapons and things like that to make it easier. I think to make it easier for them to go in on the ground. So it could be setting the stage. So somebody is very disappointed that I said the Palestinians had a state and it was Gaza. I didn't actually say it was a state. I mean, we were saying that it was like maybe model or could have been. But yes, what you were saying is that it was the borders are controlled. So it's actually technically not a state. And I do agree with you. So what I was saying was that people were hoping it could have been a state or looked like a state. But of course, if your borders are actually controlled by another country, it's not actually your state. It's not actually a state. I think people were just hoping that it would be that it would have been that I don't know, that they would have just actually run it like a state, even though despite the fact that the borders are controlled, at the checkpoints controlled, that you can't just get in and out and or have a military or anything. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, and I think that's a valid point too. So, all right. We still don't know anything. This could be a game changer, though. I don't know what it means for the end of whether or not. I don't know if it means that Iran's not going to attack. I don't know if it means Hezbollah is completely disabled. We don't know if it means that Israel's saying, oh, okay, now good, we don't have to do a ground war. Basically, this is ending like a European movie. We have more questions than we have answers. So let's see. I could probably find. Yeah, Adam says that Hamas controlled the land. That's a state. That's true. But what I don't know if it's El Isaac or Eliza or whatever is saying that, but that they controlled the, what do you call it? That Israel actually does control in and out for the Palestinians. So that is actually the ongoing debate all the time over what constitutes, well, anyway, that's what they say, that it's not a state. So, all right, I don't know how you find evidence in a bunker buster bomb. That's what we're waiting for. Let's see. That's the video I was looking for. What chat am I in? I don't know how I'm going to find this to show it to you. This is what I was looking for. Okay. Axios is reporting that Hezbollah officials were at the headquarters at the time of the attack. The primary target was Nasrallah, but we're still getting more recent reports that they were actually that, what do you call it, that it was that he's alive. So who knows? All right, I got to go back to this guy and see, where is that video that was. Nope. All right, I'm probably not going to find it. All right, anyway. Have you had to retreat to your bomb shelter at all? In Jerusalem, no. Almost not at all. What's he saying? This guy's from the Home Front Command. He'll tell us if we have to go to our bomb shelter. But so far, no, nothing. go to another channel. That's an
אלוף במילואים גיא לשעבר מפקד זרוע היבשה, הייתה מין כמעט מטבע לשון כזה בישראל, הבונקר של נסראללה. נסראללה ירד לבונקר מאז 2006, קומין שלחסל אותו, כלומר שבבונקר הוא חסין. אז האם בעצם היה לנו חימוש שהוא לא ידע את יכולותיו, והחימוש הזה הופעל היום באותו בונקר שהוא היה תמיד, או שהוא חשף את עצמו ועשה איזושהי טעות ועלינו עליו באותה ידיעת זהב ותקפנו אותו במקום
שלא היו ולא נבראו, כי פשוט לא היה להם נעים להגיד.
This is the Shabbat observant news channel right here. You see that? Shabbat Shalom. That's it. That's going to be it for the next 24 hours.
ולא מגנים על הראש, כי הרבה פעמים הרקטה נופלת בסמיכות אלינו ובסיום.
So if you're a right winger and you want to get right wing news, you can't get it on Shabbat. That's the lesson there. But all right. I guess that's it. There's not much more to say because we know nothing. Netanyahu moved up his return to the country. 6. Now in Lebanon, they're saying 6 buildings were destroyed. Oh, the Pentagon saying we were not updated in advance of the attack. And what did it say? Batzal Marchim, what? I wasn't paying attention. I didn't read the first one. So anyway, so far, nothing new for us here. And it's really quiet outside. So I don't know what that means. Yeah. That's it. Thank you for tuning in. Maybe if there's anything new that happens, we'll jump on again. But I don't think we're going to get any credible reports this evening. So I think we're going to go to bed without knowing and probably with our windows open just so we can hear anything in case we need to hear it. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. It was fun chatting and also fielding your questions and comments. That was great. So anyway, thank you. And I'll see you again next time when this happens, when more news happens.